what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scottie Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Phallus, coming to you from Hall Pass Media in Newport Beach. This is Missin Curfew, the up dog, and our boy, as he would say, from the chin of Scottsdale, Jordan Smaltz, a.k.a. Jay Swish, a.k.a. Swishy. How we doing, boys? Allergy season. You know, my allergies to these fucking fans, they have returned, Swishy.
Yeah, how you doing over there, big fella? You got the double pistols clogged up, or you're all good to go? You need a little Allegra? What do we got, baby?
It's like the 405 on a Friday, fella. She's clogged. That's clogged.
Yeah, I don't think there's an antihistamine on the planet that's going to take care of those.
Yeah, a little. I don't know. You get a little Allegra in you. Get some. I don't know. What do you need? You need a little, cold and sinus. What do we need?
I need
It's got to be over the counter.
I need a fucking Sudafed, just like back in the day. Give me a Sudafed before the match. Oh, clears it right up. Gets you fucking going, boys.
Just gives you a
Clogged.
little extra buzz before you get out there for the bright lights. Yeah.
Tell you what took a beating yesterday was that steamer at the Bay Club. Took a fucking good old-fashioned beating.
Really?
Yeah.
You shave the nutsack in there?
No, you can't be doing
Oh,
that.
it's not that big of a
No,
beating.
just the stuff that was coming out of me.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. I miss that. The steamer, I used to have one at the house.
Sauna, same thing, right? You get in there and clear everything.
If you have a big bucket of water, you can pour it on the rocks and get that steamer. But then you don't have that. You can't just hawk loogies down through to the drain like you can in a.
I wasn't hawking loogies, but I was the towel that I threw in the bin.
Oh
Yeah, it needs a good whoever has to clean that one. I'm sorry.
Lost that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, fellas. So she wasn't. I had like 3 towels in there, cold towel around the neck. It was just a lot of shit coming out of me.
So if you had to pick one, Obes, to decongest yourself or even just get a sweat in, are you a steam guy or a sauna? If you had to pick one or the other.
Steam, yeah. I've never been a huge sauna guy. I don't know. I just can't. At least with the steam, I get in there and right away you start kind of sweating and shit coming out of you. The sauna, I just don't have the mental toughness, I guess I would say, to kind of hang in there and do it. But you know what? It's time. I think I got to get my beak fixed, boys. Like, I don't know who I got to talk to. Do I talk to the PA about that, or do I got to go to my own, doctor here in Southern California, get a nose job? But I think it's time I got to get her fixed. She's jammed up.
I've often thought about the same thing.
Was yours jammed?
Yeah, like the whole septum, eh? The septum, you look sideways. She's just in one.
Yeah.
So one side don't work, the other side she's clogged. Eh?
She's clogged.
So no, I think
Does the PA pay for that, or
no pun intended, but the rite of passage for that would be you got to go get like a doctor's note, then go see a specialist, and then just be like, hey, this is what's going on with my schnoz. Show them a couple fights,
yeah,
and build a case.
And then they cover it? No,
I don't think so.
No, I know.
But I think
it's coming
your
out.
Insurance would if you had like a reason that my nose is just fucking on sideways now. I need to get it fixed.
So I got to go through the old Blue Shield of California.
Is that something like that?
Yeah. I don't like my chances. I don't like my chances there, Swishy. I don't like my chances with Blue Shield California, fella. I feel like they're gonna have some red tape up there for me and make me, take it out of my checkings account. How much do you think a fucking getting the old nose fix will cost you? Biddy?
I don't know. I don't think it's cheap. You start building your case, though, O'Brien. Showing some fights, maybe down in Cincinnati, where getting your face rearranged or it put on sideways. I don't know. I don't know what a nose job costs, man. It can't be cheap.
No.
You'll get
Kyle, Google how much a nose job is.
I
don't need a nose job. I just need it straightened.
Yeah, but they're gonna to crack that thing and get the gauze up there, crack it, and then you got to let it heal with the gauze. You know who the Virgin guys? One of our boys, Spencer Oliver, got one done, and he's like, buddy, this was the most brutal thing ever. They clogged the whole way back down your throat and shit for like a day. It's not perfect.
Rhinoplasty. Ooh.
I've heard that guys that have gotten them, those, you're at that on DK right now.
Fucking A. My playoff earnings so far.
You can win that in one night. But I've actually heard guys that have gotten the nose jobs or just, straightened up that they're with the septum. It's life-changing when they have it. Mouth breathers anymore.
Yeah.
You can actually breathe. Your workouts are better. It's just, life's better, baby.
Yeah, it's just fucking starting to be painful.
I don't know.
Ranging from a few thousand over 20,000, depending on how they really open it up or
So
not.
I think we probably have to do it at the same time, so our show would not be because we'd be in one.
No, it would be an off season. It would be a
season.
Yeah, I'm thinking next. I'm not ready for this off season. I'm thinking next off season.
And you got to be ready to stop throwing bombs. Have you?
Yeah, no, those days are done unless
Bryce?
McNamara throws one at me. She's the only one that's going to throw one at me nowadays. I think I can.
got it. Yeah, I
I think I could dodge her, right? Eh?
that and the pearly whites. Once you decide you're stopped, getting in some tussles, then
Yeah, I need new teeth too. But I'm scared about the new teeth because, once again, I shout out to Flowers. I saw him this week. I hadn't seen him since the alumni game in Aspen. But his teeth are awful. They're so white. I'm like, dude, they're so white. But I do forget how his old teeth looked. He's like, you just forget how bad my teeth were.
Teeth were bad.
I'm like, yeah, but those things are fucking chiclets.
They look at you and they talk to you.
Yeah.
These new ones.
Can you get a pair of chompers that aren't chompers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Swishy?
Yeah, you can, and you can get them different shades too, where it's like not full coffee stain, but it's also not just the pearly whites where you open up your mouth and
You're like, give me the ones that have the skull mint long cut stain on there. Well, yeah, I'll take those ones there. Is that guy playing the jungle? I'll take that color right there, little skull mint stain on there.
I mean, it's probably a conversation you really have to dig down and say, if I'm spending all this money on my teeth, I don't want them pearly white, but I also don't want them not to be white, right?
Yeah.
If you're spending the money on them.
I know my teeth look awful, especially when I see some clips on Missin Curfew come up, like, wow, they're crooked and awful, but they don't hurt me. My nose is costing me discomfort, man. Like Swishy said, I can't breathe. When it is allergy season, it's times a million, and it's just I would like to be able to,
Yeah, totally.
smell the roses. Smell the roses, eh, Swishy?
The roses don't smell that.
Work on a deal, boys. Let's work on a med spa deal. 2-for-1. Dog and O'Brien can go in there and get some nose jobs, and they can have a little segment on the show.
I'm gonna have to get my fucking nuts chopped off here soon too. By the way,
I would guess fucking so.
yeah, 3 kids coming here. So, can I do the 2-for-1 there? You get the nose and.
Yeah, I think we could start. You could get some sort of package like that, the MVP upgrade, like at Sports Clips. You come with the back massage, a little happy ending, and chop your nuts off too.
Shout out.
Let's go veneers. The veneers cost 20 to 70,000. She's got a shot of chomps on her there. 70 G's for teeth.
I wouldn't let that guy do it for 20. They can't look that good. I don't think. I think they're up there.
Yeah.
Why do they, boys, on the teeth front though? Why do they make the Matty veneers? Why do they make them so big? Can you pick out your size? Because a lot of guys, they open up their mouth and it's like they look like Donkey from Shrek.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm scared of. And my teeth are so mangled. I actually mentioned it when I got my teeth cleaned a couple months ago. I think I told you. I said, I want to talk to the doc about getting some, veneers in there. Maybe it priced out. She's like, we got to start you from scratch. You got to get that things you wear Invisaligns. I'm like,
these aren't perfect.
What?
Ooh.
I might go play pickup hockey, just lay in front of one here and just get them all knocked out maybe, eh? Go play with Frankie in his pickup game and just lay in front of one, Swishy.
Yeah. You got, I don't know. The veneers is not a bad look. I want a gold tooth though someday. That's that bucket list.
You could pull off a gold tooth.
One gold tooth, like the K9, something back there. It would be pretty sick.
Fucking Howie Mandel there looks pretty.
Those are a nice set of choppers.
Nice set of choppers. He's got that flavor saver there. I used to rock that.
Flavor saver.
What was I going to say is, yeah, these Invisaligns, fuck you. Some mornings you put them in and you can't. Every little thing will bother you. It's to the max, because they're pulling and shit on.
Yeah, and plus I already got a bad beak. You throw in the Invisaligns, and now I can't even be a mouth breather anymore. Swishy, I'm just in one, right? That's why one of the reasons I didn't wear a mouth guard is because I couldn't breathe with it.
Shout out to Joe DeMarco. We were talking about getting your snipped or whatever yesterday. He had to go out after he got his ball snipped and get a little banana hammock and just rest the nutsack in there. He said you don't want him hanging down.
You're nuts?
Yeah, when you get, and I'm like, well, why? He's like, you want him to get as tight as you can in there. Oh, makes sense because
you don't want old droopy nuts.
So he went and bought a real small jock, a little cat.
I guess it was small.
You just hike those little puppies up and keep the balls right up. Yeah, because that can't feel good either.
No. Anytime you guys throw a banana hammock on, it's not good, is it? Hey, Swishy?
No, you're like who's the one guy in Mystery Alaska when he has to do the slide.
That's not right, boys. It's not right. The goaltender. They're like, you want it? The skank goes, yeah, you're fucking right. I want it. And they make him slide buck naked into because he talked about, which is, loose lips sink ships, as we said. He went and told something that the guy said in the dressing room, right? The skank Martin was getting tons of puss in Mystery Alaska. and went and told the one friend, and the friend told her, and came back and hit him with the shovel. He's like, "Holy fuck, boys!"
Sarah Hines.
Yeah, and the big French guy goes, "What stays in the room, what's said in the room, stays in the room."
Yeah. The character Tree just goes, "What happened in the room stays in the room."
Yeah. I got to tell a guy that he hasn't.
Yeah,
He's
it
not
shouldn't
gonna
be him.
around- He's not going to be around long enough to fucking.
Look at that Jofa bucket on Russell
That's a great
Crowe.
bucket. We used to actually wear those in junior. That Cooper with the double. It was
Double.
blue and white. Was
That
ours.
Jofa bucket's hilarious. Sneaky good movie, Mystery Alaska, though. Sneaky
Great,
good movie.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Watch with Beckham. There's a couple fuck scenes in there, but fast forward through though. I don't like though. Rated R. Oh, just watch it with your 2-year-old kid. It's rated R.
I go to slap shot, then fuck that. Yeah.
Fuck. Next thing you know, the goon. Eh? I have 2 rules. Well, boys, I appreciate you taking the time talking about my nose. We'll get it straightened right here in the next couple of years. But how was the weekend, boys? You played a sick track. Eh?
Yeah, it was great. Listen, first of all, happy Mother's Day. I was out there at all our beautiful moms. Shout out to Mandy up in Newfoundland. And then obviously Christina. So I did my first ever one-on-one trip with my girl. It was actually
Dating her?
Yeah, 6 years. Never
gone
on a one-on-one vacation with her.
Wow, that's crazy.
She actually brought that up to me, and I was like, come on. And then I'm like, huh. Yeah, actually, this is the first one.
Wow.
Never-
I took my girl to Europe before she moved in for 2 weeks to see if we could go 2 weeks in Europe
Yeah.
before I would think if we could live together.
And you guys just went solo, right?
Solo.
I've never been, so we never gone just solo.
Yeah. How was it?
Maybe I have,
When you always had Loops and Mac L with you, eh?
separation anxiety from my boys.
Yeah.
Listen, I went up to Montecito. Shout out to Donnie Du Bois. He set me up at his country club there called the Valley Club of Montecito. This place is built in 1929 by Alistair McKenzie. For those of you golf historians out there, a guy built Augusta. And this place was one of the biggest golf treats of my life. It was special. Play with a guy, Charlie Peterson. Shout out to Charlie, great golfer. And a guy Thayer who he shot 70. Charlie was 72. Started off with an Eagle Obes par. It's a par 5 start. It's great. Not many courses. Double par 5. So I started off 3-7. And then I got into my groove, but I happened on 18 coming into the clubhouse from 180 yards out, fucking canned an 8-iron, but couldn't see it go in. Got up there and Charlie looks, he's like, it's not in the hole. It's got to be in the back bunker. And then I look and I'm like, fuck. And he's like, I'm just fucking kidding. It's in the hole. So, in 100 years, they're not sure if there was any guy started Eagle and finished Eagle, which is kind of cool to say at a course like that. But then the whole place, you said you've been up to Santa Barbara area, Obes.
I spent some time up there.
We had dinners. I sent a couple pictures of the omakase to our boy Charlie back there. It was Charlie. Hey, it was Kyle. Charlie Conway. Hey, Kyle. What a spot.
The Sushi by Scratch, right?
Sushi by Scratch.
Yeah, they got a Michelin star. That place is unbelievable. It's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah, we went there. Unbelievable. A little bar called Lucky's in there, Obes. You might have been to Lucky's. It's like the A's of
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got all the tunes. Watched a hockey game in there. But yeah, it was a good little one-on-one Mother's Day / baby moon, which to those of you out there, it's a trip where you
Still snuck out for a round of golf though, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Little baby moon. But hey, babe, I'm going to be gone for 4 hours playing Valley Club.
Well, I got her a prenatal massage with the whole spa thing and the rosewood.
No, I respect it.
Wasn't cheap.
I respect it.
Wasn't cheap.
Hey, little baby moon, but however, I'm playing Valley Club, sweetie. I'll see you.
Once in a lifetime up there.
Hey, you preach to the choir, fellow, but
I do think it's somewhere to go. It's only 3-hour drive. Steeler was up there with his with Anastasia.
depending on traffic, right?
Yeah, so we left at 10 on a Friday, got up there 2.5 hours. But yeah, fantastic weekend, boys. Schmaltzy.
Swishy, I saw a great pic of you and Richardson at your favorite little watering hole there, eh? Is that the old Dirty Dog Saloon or whatever?
That was the Buffalo Chip. So we went there for Jason Demers, his wife, was her birthday. So it's one of our favorite spots. We took a party bus from North Scottsdale up there. But earlier in the day, boys, I got out there on the golf course, and it's been about, 8-10 months, and I got the itch back. I was playing a ton of tennis, kind of staying away from golf just with, being the people's insider. I don't have a ton of time, especially on the airwaves, but I got back out there, and I think I got the golf itch. It was a lot of fun. My flat stick was rolling. Hands felt good. I'm going to have to, work on my dog a little bit in terms of off the tee. But yeah, it was a great day out there. I actually played with Cole Caulfield, Dvorak, who's my buddy growing up, with playing with Nick with the Mission and obviously Nick. And then we parlayed that into, a couple games on the beer pong table, and then right up to Buffalo Chip with Richie Babe. And that's where I met Richardson. And it was a lot of fun. We got after it. There was a good crew. Watched some games up there and then hit the rodeo. So hell of a time on Friday.
Yeah, I saw him there with the 2 beers in his hand and the cowboy hat on. I'm like, you can take the kid out of Bell Vegas, but you can't take the Bell Vegas out of the kid. Like, he's that cowboy hat drinking beers is Little Texas, Belleville, Ontario. That's where Richie's happy place was. He loved it. And no one loved Belleville more than him. Little Texas, that he was a member at this place called the Belleville Club. That was a private members that where they give him the key. He was Belleville, Ontario, Swishy. He was.
Yeah, no, it was awesome, man. It was Jess was there too. She was a ton of fun, and then a couple other guys, obviously that's still playing and whatnot. But yeah, hell of a time. And like I said, it's anytime you got Richie in the mix, especially when he gets buzzing too and he's talking fast. That's my favorite Richardson. I still told him though, I'm gonna whack him in tennis, so he thinks he's gonna take me. I said, Richie, I don't know if your knees can handle three set. I don't know, so we'll see.
Can't do it. You'll beat him.
And how's the females up at the little watering hole you guys were at?
Good.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're with a couple weapons there.
Yes, really good. So Buffalo Chip has been my spot since I moved down here since, 2019-ish. And now it's gone mainstream where you're getting the influx of gals that come into town on these bachelorette parties, and they want to head north to the rodeo. So they're getting their party bus. They come up there, and I would say right now, it's probably the busiest bar in Scottsdale, and it's not even in Scottsdale. It's in Cave Creek, as you know, Uppy. So the clientele there is unbelievable. I'm going this weekend, too. I'm going to be 3-3. So this will be my 3rd weekend in a row. We're heading back up there. We're getting on the bus. It's awesome. That's my favorite spot because it's not the old town scene where you don't think you're not going to get stabbed or shot. You're just, hanging out with the local people, and then you got the bachelorette party. So it's a good influx, boys.
3-3 has got to be a good spot. It's like a restaurant for us back in the day. Yeah, every weekend, Friday night in there, head on a swivel. Making plays. Boys, I'm glad you guys had a good weekend. Listen, I was in Vegas. Shout out to T-Rex, Todd Pickup, Joe Moody, Schmoodsy. We went in for game 2. The Oilers ruined the party. Kyle, I don't know if you could pull this up, though, but the Vegas Golden Knights, when the road team scores, and Swishy, I thought about you, brother. The Dumb and Dumber scene when Lloyd for the first time sees Harry with Mary Swanson, and he starts crying, he puts his hat down. If we could roll it right here, I just started dying, man. It's such a funny scene and perfect reaction when the road team scores. You're just like, you feel like crying. So, Swishy, I thought about you. You know what I'm talking about? The scene where he's just like,
it looks like he bites into a lemon. It's so true, though. It's like even when you see your boy with a girl that it's your running mate. You're just like you shed a tear.
Yeah. He goes, well, what kind of person wants to go to a bar at 10 a.m.? She must have been 10 p.m. He's like, yeah, I just thought she was a raging alcoholic. What a fucking movie. But anyways, Vegas does a great job.
Yeah.
The production there, as we all know, is unbelievable, but they have a couple funny scenes here. It's not quite that one, but Swishy, I thought about you, buddy, because you're a movie guy like me. So 3-1 Oilers, we're going to get into that. Moving on in our rundown, though. Kyle, what do you got here on Sid the Kid at Uppy's favorite tournament, second favorite tournament, the World Championships?
Yeah, just a little fun thing around the internet. We're not quite sure if it's true or not, but it's circulating around that Sid is using the same neck guard he used back in 2003 when he was playing juniors. We have a little comparison photo here up on the screen for you guys, and it does in fact look like the exact same neck guard. So kind of just brings up a little topic of like superstitions and maybe neck guards or weird, kind of equipment you guys wore or maybe wouldn't get rid of. Anything you guys can kind of speak to that?
So you got to wear a fucking neck guard this tournament?
Yeah,
too?
so the boys are wearing neck guards.
Enough right there not to fucking play in it too, if you got to wear a neck guard.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago that, overseas the guy, it was a pretty bad accident. So I think in any international play now, other than the Four Nations Cup, and hopefully the Olympics, because it's a tough look.
That was a fucking dummy doing a dumb thing.
That was a dummy doing a dumb thing.
Yeah.
Over in international ice. So
in a bad league.
Yeah.
This is the world champ. But I mean, listen, safety, if you really think about it, boys, in all honesty, how many times a skate does come close to your face or neck? Like, we were all probably lucky to a certain extent that we didn't, it's probably the right call. I used to hate wearing them. Like they're hot, they're itchy. Stinky.
Yeah, they get sweaty and you get a rash.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's like wearing a Dover in Avon. Ain't fun.
You guys catch any of this Falabrini and Crosby stuff? The kid might actually put this neck guard on and wear this exact neck guard. He's obsessed with them.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool
It's
that
awesome.
Falabrini gets to play with them. That's
It's
really
awesome.
cool. That's awesome. All I see from social media is Sidney Crosby taking pictures with people over there. Like he must feel like Michael Jordan in Barcelona, especially back in the day.
Did you see him pop that poor Latvian bastard to his bucket off? I love
Great.
I love that.
That was great.
Yeah. Like, and that Latvian guy too, like, he wanted to do something, and he's like, oh, shit, this is, like, one of the best players of all time, and he just backed off. I love that. Just like the respect you have, especially as Sidney Crosby over there, you can get 3 shots on a guy, and he's not going to do shit.
No, and I mean, that's what you got to love about Sid. His battle level is, that's why he's still elite at his age, but
Hard to follow this tournament.
for sure that's his junior neck guard, by the way. He doesn't have another neck guard. He's like, fuck, where'd I put that thing? Like, what bag's that neck? Hey, Sid, black car's leaving. Hold on, I got to find my neck guard here, for fuck's sakes, boys. Hold the bird.
Do you remember he wouldn't let you to twist them and stuff either? Like you couldn't make them
You
smaller.
couldn't put tape around them. Like I think
Yeah.
they did that in the Quebec League. So I thought but no, not in the Ontario League. You have to have it like.
Does the OHL make the kids wear them now too?
I think so. Yeah,
So
I think so.
And that's for sure his old neck guard, too, because iTech, there's no way that company's still in business making
Yeah,
making
exactly.
neck
Good
guards.
eye.
Hey, there's no way.
Now, what's our record over there? I saw we beat up on Slovenia 4-0. I thought we could have
We
beat
got
Slovenia.
Latvia. We got
Who we
by the
play
way-
next? France.
By the way, Fleury looked incredible against Latvia. Some of the saves he was making.
Latvia.
He was just like, he was the Fleury of old. Hey, did you see that?
Well, they're playing Latvia.
Yeah, it was.
They're playing Latvia.
No, I still
Put him up against the Oilers and see how he fucking does.
so many.
He looked like he was having so much fun. He looked like a street hockey goalie just playing out in the cul-de-sac. He was diving all over the place. He was making save, was hitting him in different areas the way he was angling himself. I would be surprised if Flowers like, you know what, after this tournament, I've had so much fun, I might just play another year.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Dean Evason's got to be a good coach to play for over there.
Fuck. I mean, he's got to be a good coach in general. Look what he did with Columbus this year.
Like, so in junior, he's a great coach, but like the whole season, I'm young, you don't really know, but like the way he kind of is, he's just rowdy and rough, and
Yeah.
I feel like he has a good time. Like that would be he'd be a great coach to have over there.
Yeah. No, I love
just wish-
I love Dean Evason.
I mean, I wish it's just covered more on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Not
especially these
kidding.
guys playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, be nice to see them just work the.
I don't have the passion for the World Championship like you do.
No, I don't. But it's like just to watch the guys.
It's on NHL Network.
Oh, it is.
You got DirecTV. I had to buy DirecTV just to get NHL Network. Then I flipped it on last week at about around noon, 11 o'clock to see what they're saying, and they were showing the rematch of Carolina, Washington 2-1 game. I said, that's what the NHL Network's coming out with at 11 o'clock on the West Coast.
Yeah, stupid.
Like, just have guys talking, like
I
about
know.
what's coming up tonight. I don't know. Like, I was shocked. And it's the only reason I have my DirecTV. $100 a month or whatever, it's dinging me. But if you're looking to catch some World Championship hockey, Hungary versus Kazakhstan, I think you can get it on the NHL Network.
Yeah,
or go get a VPN and just, plug it in.
Yeah, remember VPN? One of our first ever ad reads, Uppy, VPN.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, totally. NordVPN.
Yeah.
Schmaltzy, what do you think of that hit? I hit that kid from Hungary. How about when he's like, he's never been hit like that in the Austrian League.
Yeah, fuck, did I laugh. You don't get hit like that in the Austrian League, I bet.
Who is that? Dave
I think it
Rantoul?
was
Is that
Gino Reddick? No, not Gino Reddick, but fucking...
Dave Rantoul, right?
You
No, no.
tagged that guy. You tagged that poor bastard's chin like it was open day of deer season. Oh my god, just right on the button. And then Obi tags me in it, so I see it. I'm dying laughing. I comment back, and then Loops hits me with, "It's just a game, fucker." Upshall is absolutely dummying the guy in fucking May at the World Championships. That was so good. I love that, man. I love that hit. Fish.
I felt bad though. Bank, I think his last name was, a poor bastard.
It's just a game, Falker. Oh, we beat France 5-0. There you go, boys.
Yeah, we're back.
There we go.
That was all chin. It was so good.
I know there's one guy on the team drink. Well, I know there's 2 guys on the team drinking, but is everyone drinking? Like, is Bor Horvat having a nice time?
No.
No. Keep on going down that
Weeks
fucking
is-
list. I know
Weeks
that.
is.
Is Mike Matheson? No.
Fantilli is for sure.
I'm going to hope Fantilli is.
The factor.
Philip Deneau, not sure. You know what? That Barrett Hayton's a good kid. I hope he's having a few.
Yeah, he ain't.
A lot of these kids I don't even know. Who's Will? Will Cooley.
Will Cooley plays for the Rangers.
He does good player.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Body.
They take him over Lafreniere? Yeah.
Lafreniere had a bad year.
I know, but is this kid better than him ultimately? No.
Plays a little harder than Lafreniere has way more upside, way more skill, but this kid plays hard.
This is just like you deserve to be up here with the big boys.
I mean, as much as how enthused you are for the world champion, I don't know if it's an easy sell for a lot of guys, right? Like, I think when the season's over, I think they're ready just to kind of, right? Like, if you've done it once, do you want to do it again? I don't know. You tell me. You did it.
Yeah,
I
would do it for sure again. But that's just, I would never play with these guys. Although I did play with Marty St. Louis and, Donor, Bullmeister, they all went, but he's a spazza.
I sent Marty St. Louis the clip of Richie giving him a beer, and he said, "I'll never turn down a beer, Obes." I said, "I know, that's why I love you, Marty."
But for the World Championships, boys, like
those are nice unis, though. Fuck
Yeah, good uni.
that's nice uni.
why the risk doesn't really outweigh the reward, does it?
That's what I think. Like, you only have so many miles on the body, and I know McKinnon and Crosby are fucking elite athletes that take tremendous care of their bodies, and I'm sure this 2-week, 3-week tournament isn't gonna. But yeah, Swishy, I'm with you a little bit, dude. Like, you only have so much mileage on the old frame.
Well, I don't think it's going to come down to those guys injuring themselves, but what if you get some dipshit on Latvia that he actually is trying to get out of the way, but he ends up catching you with a knee or something like that, and then you go knee on knee with the guy, or he trips you going into the boards. I don't know, man. I just, those are low percentage things of happening, but God forbid, hopefully you have a good insurance plan. You don't want to set yourself back to the start of the year next year going into the season. You want to be healthy.
Does Hockey Canada cover Sidney Crosby's $8 million contract if he gets hurt, or do they have to take out their own insurance?
No, that's a good question. Also, I think I think Hockey Canada does have a little bit of coverage, but probably not for every player. Like,
so Sid would probably take out his own little coverage to go over there.
Yeah, but I'd be more worried about like a Fantilli that has a full career ahead of himself.
Was that fucking spink dink there?
That was nice. That was Crosby going.
France goaltender didn't see that in the old France league, whatever it's called. Swishy, what do you call the French league, fella?
Well, we got the fondue is obviously in Switzerland. The French league, I don't know.
The Croissant League?
I was going to say that's got to be the French bread or the Croissant League or the
Pinot Noir League.
Yeah, the Dijon League, the old Mustard League.
Well, whatever, the old Mustard League. That guy didn't see one because that was snapped right by him. What a goal by Crosby. Maybe it's nice for Sid to go over here and just beat the wheels off all these countries and just be like,
I feel good again.
Yeah, boys. Yeah.
The Baguette League.
Is he single?
No, I think he's got a girl, but like he's never really made it like a public relationship.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, if you need a guy, Updog's here to come over. If you need a fucking glue guy, hey, Ups, I mean, I love the passion for the country, fella. Before we go to break, let's not forget this show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Boys, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. We got the PGA Championship preview presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Fellas, Quail Hollow, which is in Charlotte, which is a sneaky good city, Jay Swiss. You ever spend any time there in the American League?
A lot of time, brother. Played a playoff series there. I mean, back in the day, they were in the Central Division with the Chicago Wolves. We played them like 17 times a fucking year. Spent a lot of time in that city. The home of the NASCAR headquarters, OB, Bojangles Coliseum. Shout out, baby.
What's it called? The Queen City, the Charlotte City, or what's it called?
Queen City, baby.
Yeah, the Queen City. We had a rookie party there with San Antonio, and Heater came in and paid for the whole rookie party. But I had a couple great nights in Charlotte. Great town. Quail Hollow, great golf course. Obviously, we all know that Rory McIlroy got the monkey off his back. He's won here before. I'm a golf nerd on major championship weeks, boys. I've been watching live at. It's raining there. It's wet there. All the guys are saying that Rory loves the tree lines, and he likes a nice wet fucking track. He likes a nice wet fucking track. So both of those things are lining up for him. I got Rory as my favorite. I took him at plus 400 on DraftKings Sportsbook, and then I guess it's not really a long shot. He's the number 3 player in the world. But I took Justin Thomas at plus 2,200. So those are my guys. Rory McIlroy, at plus 500. And I got Justin Thomas, who won here in 2017, won a couple weeks ago at Hilton Head at plus 2,200 on DraftKings Ups.
If you guys want a little long shot from the Live Tour, I got Terrell Hatton. Good. He's Englishman, right?
He sure is.
Yeah, good Englishman. He's had some great great success in the previous majors, boys. So he's coming in here looking good. And then I'm going to go Bryson DeChambeau. He's my boy. I'm going to hammer this a little top 5 for plus 185. If you can't tell. But yeah, Tyrrell Hatton, that's going to be my long shot. Live Tour long shot right there.
Bryson DeChambeau has played so well in the majors in the last couple of years that he's 15th in the world, and he doesn't get any world ranking points on the Live ever. So he's getting enough world rankings just from his 4 major championships a year. That's how good he's played.
This penetrating the four
right?
tourney.
He won the U.S. Open last year, obviously at Pinehurst, and then he was on the Masters last year. Obviously, on the Masters this year. And did you see? Because I know we're both Live guys but fuck, it's impossible to watch the Live. But anyways, Keegan Bradley had a little Ryder Cup team outing, and he invited DeChambeau and Koepka. So Keegs is like
smart.
Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Fuck, they gotta pour it on, or they're gonna get their asses kicked.
Bethpage Black.
Yeah, can't lose on home turf.
No. Switch anyone you like in the PGA Championship, fella?
I like Justin Thomas. I think that's a good pick. I think he's been his flat stick. He's figured it out. He had a good weekend last weekend, as well as a good Irishman, Obi, Shane Lowry. I think he's seeing the ball this year. I think he's playing well. Now, listen, I don't know a ton about, how he matches up with this Quail Hollow golf course. However, I do like how he's playing lately. I think this is a guy that could have a sneaky good week. Shane Lowry, I love the Irishman, and I love just his bluntness to him and just his charisma. So that's one I'm looking at. What does DraftKings have him in terms of the odds? He's got to have pretty good odds to win.
He's going to have great odds. Keep scrolling down there, Casey. Oh, right there, plus 5,500.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
No, that's nice. I love Shane Lowry. Good Irishman. Our caddy in Ireland was his buddy and told us a couple.
Yeah.
He's like, one day he shot fucking whatever here, 62. He had a good hang going too.
Yeah. He didn't even sleep.
Yeah.
One good thing on the DraftKings app here, boys, online is you can, you separate for playoff pools that you do with your boys or the major pools. You can pick Group A winners. So the Group A is Scheffler, DeChambeau, Scheifele, McIlroy, and Rahm. So, and they give you each odds on that. So if you want to pick like a group of guys and pick the winner out of there, your odds are not as good, but you're not playing the whole field. So it's a good way to go.
Good way to narrow it down a bit.
Narrow it down.
Jordan Spieth going for the career Grand Slam, plus 5,000 on DraftKings Sportsbook. I'd love to see Jordan in the mix. I don't think he's going to do it, but I would love to see him in the mix, right? Because we just got Rory. But I think Rory gets her done, bud. I just think, I don't know. I mean, he's the favorite.
I watched him this past weekend down the stretch. His putting just wasn't there. He's striping the ball well.
Yeah,
he was missing just some putts, but he just wasn't there. It was a tough leaderboard this past week.
Great track, the Philadelphia Cricket Club.
They did a great job.
Just mutant Birds fans there, eh? Like that guy who hit a good shot. Go Birds! Yeah, you fucking guys are everywhere.
Look cool though. It looked like a little
great looking track,
like a little park. What do they call it?
It was redone. I guess it's just a really wide open golf course that they redid and made it like the players loved it.
Yeah,
players loved it. Swish, anything else you got there in the PGA Championship presented by DraftKings?
Well, I just want to say, do you think, and I've had this conversation with a good amount of guys that like golf, do you think when the Live guys come to play major championships, it affects them that they only play 3 rounds most weeks? Like, do you think mentally that wears on you, or even conditioning wise in terms of the physical play, or even just the mental fortitude to have to play 4 rounds versus 3? Because it's got to make a difference, man. There's something to it. These guys come in and they play these major championships, and a lot of times they blow up. It's just like, has it gone to country club on that Live side where they come in, they step into a major championship, and for whatever reason, they got to put together 4 rounds and they just can't do it.
Yeah, I remember Sir Nick Faldo said the same thing a couple years ago, or maybe last year. He's like, it's got to be tough on these Live guys to leave their resort courses in their shorts and come play the fucking U.S. Open. And, so I think mentally and physically that the 4-round grind. I remember talking to our boy Steeler, Brendan Steele. He's like, I go, I don't know how you guys play 4 rounds. He's like, it's hard to put 4 rounds together. Only certain guys can put 4 rounds together.
I happened to see Steeler last week. We walked Big Canyon. We had a little local Jones Cup. All the champions and pros from each course were on the course. So anyway, we're walking around Big Canyon. And just talking about Live Tour Obes, I didn't know that the first round, they actually play with their teammates. But the captains all play against each other in a group. But he gets to play round 1 of the third 3 that you play on Live Tour with your team. So that first round, you're kind of just like, buddy.
Yeah.
You're cheering each other on. You're
That's
not like
good.
you're
Keep that
not
up.
you're not like reading each other's putts, but you're kind of like, hey, fucking straight, stick with it. Where like, yeah, Schmaltzy, to answer your question, you got 4 rounds of grinding where everyone's, fucking doing their own thing and sticking up for themselves, and that mental grind is what they're not used to. So yeah, they always have it. The minute like a pro golfer puts a golf club in his hand and plays for a chance to win a trophy, they go into the grind. But you're right. You miss that for a couple of years, you definitely fall off your game.
Any live player to win plus 350, Jay Swish on DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yeah, I just think
You might wanna pickle that.
you're going out there with the aces and you got this shitty scoreboard I'm watching, and I don't know. It seems like I like the guys on the live.
I like it too. It's just so hard to watch. I can't
hard to
find it. I know it's on Fox or whatever, but I
haven't seen it at all.
because they were back overseas in like fucking
Korea,
China or somewhere. They were
Korea.
Were they Korea? Yeah.
even just like the presentation when I'm watching it on Fox, it's like it just looks cheap. It looks like I'm watching like a video game.
I don't mind that. A lot of people agree with you on that, Swishy, but I love David Faraday who does it. And I know more guys on the Live Tour than I do on the PGA Tour nowadays. I like the music. I don't like that they went back to pants. I thought shorts was kind of their, but they're trying to be more.
Steeler did say too that the shotgun start is way more fair. It's like, because you could just get stymied by your draw. At the Masters, you could just get fucked if you get that morning round where it's cold and rainy, and then the next day, your afternoon round, the winds pick up, and the other guys are complete opposite. Like, so there's a big constituency of the fairness of that shotgun start.
Good word, constituency. Good word there.
I don't even know what it means, but
That's a $7. That's a $7 word.
yeah, it came off my tongue pretty well.
Yeah.
A lot of syllables in there.
So good luck to the boys. I will be taking it in. I don't know if you saw this, Swishy. I know you're an association guy. This is bad news. Jason Tatum torn Achilles.
Yeah,
Yep, saw that.
Bummer.
that's tough.
Fuck. It's a
Yeah,
tough
we
injury.
never like to see an injury, especially to a young stud like that.
Yeah, bummer. Boys, DraftKings bets. Listen here, fellas. I've had a little good run lately here. The Oilers cost me in Game 3. I'm going to blame Loops. He was on the group text saying, take the Oilers by 2.5 and this and that. I'm like, buddy, Skinner's going in there. Vegas has lost 2 straight. Like, you got to give Vegas credit to come in there and win that hockey game. The Florida Panthers for me in Game 3. I risked a lot of dough, boys. That one would have really stung me, and they found a way to get it done, and I parlayed that with the Jets in Game 2. I've been on the Caniacs Game 3 and 4. I took the Stars in Game 3. I will take them again tonight. And then last night I hit a Kane Oilers Parlay Cafe. So things are going pretty good for me, babes. Things are going pretty good.
So I was on the wrong side of that. I thought Washington would just play a stingy game on the road, a stingy Game 4. But I did double it down, grab my nutsack for the Oilers. Watched the first period with Beckham. I thought it was the best first period they played, and we'll probably get into it, Obes. But I've been hanging on. I have not had to pay the piper yet, so I've been hanging on. You know what that's like.
Do I ever?
You just got to keep hanging on, boys.
Yeah, I love all these series, and Obes, you know how I feel about Carolina. I'm getting absolutely just beaked online about my own playing career. I'm a piece of shit. I'm an idiot. Some guys told me I had autism. I'm like, that's fine, but I still don't. I don't like watching this Carolina team play, Obi. And I don't know. I know KC, that's your squad, baby. I don't. They're small up front. The way they play, they whip a lot of pucks. They rim a lot of pucks. They're defensemen. They don't make a ton of plays going back for pucks. They flip a lot of things out. It's a lot of foot races. I don't know. And that's the one series I can't get into right now is Washington, Carolina. And it's similar to the last series when they play the Devils. I can't get into this. I can't buy this style. It's hipster hockey. I don't love it.
Yeah, let's start there. By the way, if you're going at the Caniacs,
They'll come at you.
careful, because I did that a couple years ago, and they came at me hard. They came at me really hard. Are you looking for a quench time out there?
I was just gonna do it. There's a quick timeout for our Quench Hydration Chug, sponsored by Quench Hydration, boys.
Get it in ya. What kind's that?
This is what do I gotta say? Tropical Flow.
Ooh,
And it's pretty tasty.
nice to have some fucking
Coach
tropical
Chippy,
flow.
But check them out, CoachHydration.com. 5 amazing flavors. Promo code Curfew20.
Love it.
Check them out, fellas. But that's my Quench Hydration Chug.
Time out. The quench hydration
A
timeout.
little thirsty, boy.
Probably be pretty good with vodka, wouldn't it? Hey, on the golf course.
Hey, you can attack both at the same time.
Might be a next little member guest I play, and maybe I just go quench and vodkas and
In the morning,
hydrate to dehydrate. You got to hydrate to dehydrate, Swish.
Bet you do, baby.
Then before the old fashions at the end, you might want to, yeah.
Once I've turned to the old fashions, there's no turning back. I need that the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. So sorry I interrupted, but the Caniacs fans, you don't want to fuck with the fans, do you?
Listen, you don't want to fuck with the fans, man. They come at you hard. So Swishy, hang in there, fella. I know how ruthless they can be, but they do have a home ice advantage there. But let's start with that series with our DraftKings playoff recaps here, series recaps. The Canes have a home ice advantage. Swishy, I get what you're saying, but to me, when I watch them play, Freddie Anderson looks great in there. But the way their back end is playing, and Swishy, you know this as a defenseman, when you can trust your forwards that they're always going to have a F3. They're always going to track back hard. You can stay up. And a lot of the Carolina Hurricanes right now are making the blue line tough on the Washington Capitals, where, you know, I see Orlov do it all the time, where Orlov skates forward to the guy and pitches him off, and his defense comes underneath him. To me, the way they're limiting time and space, however, the Washington Capitals aren't the fastest team in the NHL. I get that. But to me right now, of a group of 6, Swishy, I think the Carolina Hurricanes back end is playing the most consistent, reliable, just solid defense right now.
Yeah, and listen, I love their back end. I mean, they have a lot of good pieces back there. Gostisbehere, he's walking the line right now like Johnny Cash. You got Orlov's a solid player. Obviously, Brett Burns, Walker, that goal he had the other night was unbelievable. I just think in terms of, you know, they're a good team. I just worry about if they have to play Florida or a team like that where Florida can play at that pace and they have a little bit more nastiness to them. I don't know if they can get over the hump because they don't have maybe that perennial all-star. They have a lot of really good pieces. That's the only thing I worry about. I think they're going to be fine, obviously, in Washington. It just seems like with Washington, they're just too fast, and they're putting their defensemen under a lot of distress. They're putting their forwards, the way they slash across the ice. Like they play fast. I just think at some times, for me, they're a little boring, but at the same time, I could see how you don't mind watching them, Moby. Like they play with a lot of pace, that's for sure.
Yeah, their game is tailor-made for this time of year. I mean, they put pucks in that. We're going to get into Vegas, but Vegas should take a little chapter out of Carolina's book. Instead of just trying to fucking sauce everything around, get it to the blueprint and crash it, and that's what they're doing. And when you talk about toughness, you know, I don't know who's going to win the Toronto Florida series. We'll get to that. But when you look at this third line of Stahl, Martinook, and William Carrier, let's say Florida does win. That line can play against Sam Bennett's line and not really get pushed around very much. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to fight, but physicality and everything else, size-wise, they can hang with Bennett, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe or whoever, my man.
Yeah, and Matty Tkachuk playing a little banged up, I think, right now.
Yeah.
I think he's doing his best job to drag the Leaf players in this series into the fight and agitate, but he still looks like he's laboring a little bit. I would agree with you, Obi. They can definitely play with him. I don't think they can play with him at the skill that Florida could play, but definitely they can play up and down the ice. They skate well. They check. Martinook, that's a guy that's always on the right side of the puck. Carrier, he's a big, nasty guy. I mean, his neck size, if he went to, you know, Joseph A. Bank, is probably like 24 inches. He's built like a tree stump. Like, that guy's neck is...
Yeah, I love that guy.
Thick. So, yeah, I think in that sense, they can play nasty. I just think on a skill level, I don't know if they can match it, but definitely heavy hockey, heavy bottom hand for sure.
Yeah, listen, boys, they don't go away. The Carolina Hurricanes, they blow the zone. They throw pucks on net. They funnel everything. Their D are active. They're vibing right now. I just think it's going to take a lot to get through the next round. Washington right now is finding ways to lose games. They're giving away the games to me. You know, a late tie, they make the game close, and then they take a penalty, and it's a boom, another goal. Or they allow a 2-on-1. It's like little mistakes that have really cost Washington in this series.
Yeah, we've been kind of saying it all year. We never thought the Caps were as good as they were. Ovi, he scored a sick power play goal the last game, but they do look slow. Their back end, to me, is not playing as well as Carolina's. But when I look at Carolina, could you just imagine, as much as I love old Stank Oven, like, could you imagine playoff Rantanen on this team right now?
Oh.
Turn the lights out, boys. It could be. I mean, you know, I was talking to Loops, and he's like, fuck, this team needs Rantanen. I'm like, yeah, you know. And I love Stanky. But they got something going, and the thing I love about them the most is they know what they are, and they all bought in. They all play the right way. Even Taylor Hall, who guy I can't stand, is playing great. They just they know what they are.
Yeah.
And KC, what do you think as a Caniac diehard fella?
They look good. Like you guys said, the D looks great. I love that third line. Jarvis has kind of been on and off of it, and he looks great on that line. Stahl has been able to handle Tom Wilson pretty well, and that's a big boy. He's got some skill, so if he can handle him, I'm hoping he can handle the Florida Panthers lineup. I just worry because, both these rounds, Devils and Capitals, we've outshot, these guys 2-1 almost every game. And we're still only winning by a hair or two. So I'm worried about the next round. I'm worried about getting goals in the net. I know we can get them at the net, but are they the right angles? Are they the right shots to be taking at the right time? So we'll see. We'll see how we can do if we make it through to the next round. But yeah, they look good right now.
You can't get fooled with their shots on net, right? Because they throw everything there. Yeah. Now, scoring chances. Are they getting grade A scoring chances and missing those? Because last year against the Rangers, they did that, right, KC? But Shesterkin was absolutely kicking.
Yeah, frustrating. I've been saying this to you like before we record. It's every year. There's a goalie we just can't score on. It's every year, and I'm just waiting for that goalie to come around.
Oh, Phobes, a guy that they had that they actually miss this year, in my humble opinion, is a guy like Stefan Nason. Like a bigger body that plays around the cage. Which is when they do whip a lot of those pucks at the net, that's a guy that's not afraid to stand there and clean up a lot of the garbage, where you could turn a C-level scoring chance into a grade A simply just having a guy that's a little heavier right around the cage.
You wouldn't have to pay him, though.
Yeah.
He had a good
As much as they, obviously, Rantanen's, he's the fucking Conn Smythe winner right now. Svechnikov is the real deal, man. Yep. This kid's a big fucking top left wing power forward that can shoot that can shoot the puck. And Sebastian Aho, guy's the fucking coach's dream. Kotkaniemi's turned in. I mean, I got money on them, so I'm kind of, that's why. And I've always kind of had a soft spot. Their fans are so good, but there is a home ice advantage right now in Carolina. Give credit to the Caniac fans. When they go in there, they're taking care of business. So we'll see how that plays out. 3-1 Canes. Staying in the Eastern Conference, this series is starting to get a little fucking bite to it, and I like it. Max Domi's only a fine. How to just drive Barkov from behind into the fucking boards is only fine. I don't know. I'm glad I don't work for player safety, but the hit of Kulikov on Marner was great too. Chief didn't like it, but that's what you got to do to that little fuck. Just give him an elbow right to the head. 2-2. I think Paul Maurice listens to Missin Curfew, boys, because I begged him to change his fourth line. He had that small fourth line in there in games 1 and 2, and he went back to Greer, Nosek, and Gadjikov, the fucking bearded fucking warrior out there. They scored. They played great. They bring jam and size. What are your thoughts on this series? I really don't know who's going to win this one. I don't know what way it's going to go.
I'll go first. I think without Matthews, these guys are going to fall short again. I think, you need Austin Matthews to show up at some point. Now it's a best of 3. You have home ice advantage. You might have Stolarz back in net, although I think Wall's been doing a great job. But you got to find a way. Like Florida just earned their way back in this series with a big goal from Marchand in overtime, and then they controlled most of the game 4. It's anyone's match, but yes, boys, listen, without Matthews stepping up and scoring some big goals and showing his team that, he's the guy. Obes, it's not good.
Yeah, I just, is he hurt, fellas? What's going on? Is it?
He's got to be hurt. He's been hurt all year, right? He's been hurt all year.
Like he's got to be hurt because Obes, we touched on it in the earlier rounds, even, when they were in the first round there. It's like, you don't even really see him taking the puck to the net at all. Like not even once a game, or I don't know. He's got to be hurt, but I don't. To me, it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to Bobrovsky. But the one quote I love from this series, and now it's a best of 3, but it was Berube was asked about Nylander today, and he was asked about Tkachuk. Does Tkachuk get under Nylander's skin? Is he hearing what he's saying on the ice? And Chief just told the media, he's like, I don't think he hears what he says. Listen to what I have to say. So he probably doesn't hear it. I don't think the guy hears anything. So I love that quote from Berube. So I think obviously Nylander is going to have to be an X factor, but I'm with Uppy. If you don't get some timely scoring from your captain, I don't know how you beat Florida. You have to have guys raise the bar this time of year, and he might be hurt, but I think it's going to come down to that, man. I think 34 is going to have to step up, and let's see if he can do it.
I think, too, as the series has gone on, especially in Game 4, I thought Game 4 was by far the Cats' best game of the series. And to me, they've started to wear down Toronto's D. They finally have Toronto's D to me. Tanev, Carlo, even Morgan Riley, Oliver Ekman-Larsson didn't practice today. They're grinding them down. And to me, I still talk about the Leafs, the bottom six forwards. Are they being physical enough? Lorentz, Yarncrook, Bobby McMahon, Holmberg. I just, as the series has gone on, once again to me, besides Matty Nyes up front and Max Domi's throwing his weight around, they're kind of soft, are they not?
I do like their D, like you said. I think their D are going to be what can keep them in this. Because I love the way their D responded in a game 3 when they came back in. I thought they had a chance to win this game. But Max Pacioretty stepped up, had a couple big games. Yarncrook, though, you're right. You're like, show me something, boys. Come out there and fucking Scottie Lawton. Let's go.
Yeah, Scottie Lawton is another guy. But I don't know about you, Swishy, but I find that they're wearing down, and even their third line of Listerine, Lundell, Marchand, they finished their checks. Verhege finished his check. Bennett, Chucky, Reinhart, they all kind of fucking finished their checks. And in game 4, to me, it looked like, okay, boys, we're getting into the deeper waters here, and we're going to keep coming. And the Leafs D looked a little bit like, fuck off. You're going to hit me again. I got to go back for another puck. It was just, that's why I love hitting this time of year, Swish.
Yeah, and look, you see the toll it's taken on a guy like Tanev. McCabe is playing solid back there. Benoit's been hit a little bit. OEL's been hit a little bit. But if you're expecting physicality from a guy like Kelly Yarncroc, like you could survey the you could.
He's not skipping the upshawl, is he? He's not going to bring it like the updog, is he?
Boys, respectfully, you could survey the whole league. Nobody is scared of Kelly Yarncroc. You know what I mean? As a defenseman, that's my dream, Obi, that guy coming in on me. Because I know even if he does finish me, he's not putting me through the wall. Like, it's not going to hurt. So I can take that extra half second to slip it to the middle or to suck him in a little further and then hit my winger outlet. Like, there's not many guys on that team. Again, respectfully, I'm scared of if I'm a defenseman on the Florida Panthers.
I'd fucking dress Revo game 5. Yeah. Say,
Right?
hey, don't take a fucking penalty, Revo. But get out there and make some fucking ruckus. And to Leafs Nation, let's hear you in game 5. Like, let's hear you. This is when the boys need you. You guys want
to. The games are good.
Yeah. You haven't won a cup since 67. You want a cup. You're all out there fucking having a time. Let's hear you because these boys need you right now because this series is on. So can't wait to watch that one Wednesday night. Out in the wild, wild west. Up dog, you're a good Fort McMurray boy. Your Oilers, I know you're bleeding fucking orange and blue this time of year. They're up 3-1. We'll start with you. How you feeling? God, you want to talk about fans that get them going? Oilers fans are fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable.
I mean, at the end of the game when they're chanting, "Go, let's go Oilers," or "Go Oilers," go whatever. Fuck, it's unreal.
Let's go Oilers.
The whole barn. It was crazy.
To break this down, listen, I thought it was a great response in game 4 after a really tough way to go down game 3. But I think Corey Perry said it best on air, was just like, whether we lost that with 0.4 seconds left or we lose that in double overtime, it's the exact same thing. You got to kind of put it behind you, and playoffs is playoffs, and you're going to lose tough ones. You're going to win tough ones. I thought the response was incredible. And I think, boys, going down to it, Chucky Knobloch with the line combos and, putting in.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. But, Perry, Janmark, Frederick, he moves. He Draisaitl.
He takes Arvidsson out and throws in Kapanen and brings out Embers and throws in Troy Stetcher, but then shuffles the deck as well.
But he shuffles the deck at the last minute and has Draisaitl playing against, Eichel all night long on a third line combo that's just, efficient and all over them. So to me, that was a little bit of chess played. And at this time of year, you got to find a way to do that. But I don't think Knobloch gets enough credit for what he's been able to do. But listen, Evander Kane didn't play a game all year. Comes in, he's scoring big goals. He's all over the net. Like, Aiden Hill is seeing Evander Kane nightmares right now. Janmark's in his face. They're skating by him. They're tripping him. Connor Brown's been extremely efficient and well. And Adam Henrique with a 2-goal performance last game is just what Oilers need to actually, if Connor and Leon actually turn it on, heads up, because their team has all stepped up and taken their place.
Yeah, I just think, fellas, I thought my boy, Troy Stetcher, the pride of Richmond.
Fuck, he played fucking pretty good, eh? I was like, don't put Stetcher in there.
North Dakota alum, came in and gave him 17 solid minutes, +1 rating. And the biggest thing, Obi, I think he did was he quieted the doctor down a little bit, Darnell Nurse. He wasn't leaving his feet as much. He could just focus on playing defense. He wasn't running around all over the ice, getting out of position. I thought he came in and just that veteran presence. Stetchy's played 500 games in the league. He's a pit bull. But I just thought the doctor with Stetcher, some about that pairing where he wasn't running all over the ice. It was just focused on playing hard-nosed defense, and it really quieted number 25 down on that left side. And I thought Stetch did a really good job coming in. He was hurt, in the previous series, got healthy, and then replaced Emberson. I thought he looked pretty good, boys.
Yeah, I agree with both the things. Updog, you're 100% right about old Chucky Knobloch, Chris Knobloch there. Ballsy move. And I was Stetcher. I love the kid. The kid gives you everything he's got. But I was just like, is this where you want to throw him in here? And he played great. And Kasiri Kapanen looked like Jordan Tutu. Like he was running around like he was fucking Toots back in the day. And when you talk about the Oilers up front, I've been saying this all year that their depth up front, like come this time of year, it's going to show, and it is showing. Shout out to our boy Trent Frederick fighting Hag. That's a big time tilt. I couldn't believe that was the first tilt of the playoffs, but good on him. And then from the Vegas perspective, last night to me, Vegas looked soft. I mean, the Oilers ran him out of the building. Eaton Hill was fucking all over the map. Kane was doing whatever he want. Hyman was doing whatever he want. Like, Keegan Colasar, I know you got your 2.5 a year, buddy, but, like, you got to grab someone. But when I look at Vegas right now, and I never really thought this, to me, boys, they look soft, right? Like, you go through their lineup. Howden, not an overly physical player. Ikes and Stones do their thing. Olofsson soft. Hurdle doesn't hit. Dorothy doesn't hit. Barbershev's getting a little comfy in the desert. I used to love his game. Carlson's not physical. Riley Smith's not physical. Tanner Pearson's not physical. It's like, to me, moving forward, if they do lose this series, and this is something we could cover on Tea Times if they do, their lack of physicality and bite back is, as to me, Swishy, has been the difference in the series as well.
Yeah, and if they do lose this series, and if they go down in 5 or 6 games, I'm sure Kelly McCrimmon, that's something he's got to address, is get some more hard-nosed, heavy forwards in there, some Western leaguers, maybe some guys that he's, had previous relationships with, or bringing in from the, teams he's worked with, and Brandon or whatnot. But they do lose that bite. And the one guy you mentioned there, Obes, like, do you remember how much Barbashev used to throw on the reverse hits, finishing defenseman? Like, he knocked Gudis down a few times in the playoffs, like just put him right on his wallet. So that's one guy I look at, like, can Barbie bring that north-south heavy game? Because I think if he establishes it, then he brings a guy like Colasar into the fight. Maybe even Howden thinks he's tougher than he is now, especially, hunting pucks. Like, right now, they're too easy to play against up front. It really, their forecheck's lacking, man.
Yeah, it is. And Colasar needs to get in the fight immediately. It might be too late. But Barbashev, maybe he's hurt too, right? You always make great points that I forgot guys could be playing hurt, because Barbashev's pickup when they won the cup, I'll never forget when Radis Gudis in game 1 tried to come and hit him, and he reverse hit him and fucking knocked Gudis out of the game. I was like, holy fuck. And, we all get, you get your contract, you stay in the league. You do lose a little bit of edge, but maybe he's got to be banged up because he's not playing that Barbashev fuck you hockey, and they desperately need that.
By the way, boys, some of the calls last night in that Edmonton game.
Watch this hit here.
Like,
Oh, no.
They tried to give Vegas every chance in the book to come back in this game. I mean, the phantom charge call on
blaming the officiating over here.
Oh, but like 3 power plays in the first period, they didn't do anything, Vegas.
No.
They didn't even get shots on net.
Boom, there was the hit-ups.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were up in the suite.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
That's
a hockey hit.
That's fucking...
And look
at Gudis. He's like, oh, I'm in one.
Steve Kazari, put your fucking hand down, Stevie.
I don't know. I watched Vegas play a lot this year, boys, and I never thought at this time of the year I would be saying that they're playing soft, and it's no disrespect to the guys on their team, but Swish is right. Kelly McCrimmon, if they do lose this series, I think you got to your bottom 6. You need more. You need more sandpaper. So, Oilers Nation, fuck, it's fun to watch. They keep winning. I'll be up there. I got money on the Oilers. I took them from the start of the year. DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. Last but not least, Dallas versus Winnipeg. I'll start this one off. I'm hammering fucking Dallas again tonight. What a hit that was. Listen, it's no secret. Winnipeg's a different team on the road. Hellebuck. Listen, I just think this is Dallas. I think it's Dallas in 6. I think Dallas wins tonight. I just think they're the better team, and for whatever reason, Winnipeg on the road, once they get down here in the States, they just can't figure it out, boys.
Well said. I think it's the case of Hellebuck letting in early goals that are just soft and really like, whoa. not this again. And then Dallas's depth. They seem to, like we were talking about with Carolina, they seem to just one line after another with great defense. And they got Heiskanen coming back in the lineup tonight. So there's a big addition there for them. A great coach, a great goaltender, a barn that's rocking, and a team that's kind of on a mission. So I like him in 5 or 6 too, Obes.
Obes, how good is Harley? Like, you watch this kid play, and like, he's one of my favorite defensemen to watch. Like, I think to me, he's like this playoff and next season close enough to being a legit bona fide number 1 defenseman. Like, every game I watch this guy play, the way he goes back for pucks, the way he is on the power play, how smooth he is. This is a kid that I saw early on in his career coming up through the jungle with the Texas Stars. But man, I love watching him play. Like, they almost have 2 number 1 defensemen on their team.
Yeah, obviously I love his number, double nickels. But yeah, I mean, I think since the Four Nations, I didn't think he should have been on the Four Nations team, but then he was the only guy that wasn't drunk at the beach, so he jumped on the squad. But since then, he's been unbelievable. It looks like, unfortunately, our boy Petro is going to come out. They got him playing forward here.
But I was giving him
Petro's been unbelievable. This back end is solid. You know how I feel about the big boy number 6. But yeah, they're with Heiskanen coming back, look out for this hockey club. So, boys, moving on here at Missin Curfew. Up dog, get this guy a Labatt Blue.
Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up at rewards.labattusa.com, fellas.
Thirsty fellas. Hit one in you. I'm going to start off dishing here, boys. I'm dishing 3 Labatt Blues. It's too bad this guy's banged up right now. Calvin Pickard, I was there for Game 2 live. I'm giving him a Labatt Blue for his performance in that game. Some of the saves he made were athletic, backdoor saves, played an unbelievable game to keep the Oilers in that game and to win in overtime. So heal up, buddy. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Rick Tocchet, the real Rocket Tocchet, back on NHL TNT panel. It was great. Him and Biz have a chemistry that you can't really teach. And I do think the show is way better with Rick Tocchet. We'll see if he takes a head coaching job or we back in that chair. But Talks, get yourself a Labatt Blue for your performance on the NHL TNT panel. And then last but not least, I gave up big time odds in Game 3. I'm in overtime. I'm sitting there fucking sweating on edge. And old Brad Marchand does it to the Leafs again. OT winner in Game 3. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. I needed that up dog. That one would have been costly. Booyah. You did it again.
I was on the wrong side of that one, boys. I had the Leafs. I was betting on the Leafs. I actually turned it on and was like, fuck. I was happy, but then I was like, oh, shit, I took Toronto. So that's where my head was at. Boys, I'm going to slide one. You just mentioned him, Alex Petrovic, a guy I played with. This guy's a fucking journeyman of journeymans. He's only played 6 games in the NHL in the last 5 years, and he steps in, playoff time again. Playoff Petrovic gets a goal, which was a controversial goal, but our boy Hallebuck threw it in his own net. It was a redirection, and he threw it in his own net. So listen, Petro, have yourself a Labatt Blue Light. I'm sure you did. If you got the night off tonight, enjoy it, but stay ready because the boys in Dallas are going to need you if they want to win the cup. But that was a great goal on his part. Nice he's chipping in. Nice he's in the lineup.
Yeah, especially before we get to they only play him in the playoffs, right? They keep him in Austin and they don't pay him, and then they're like, all right, get up here, buddy. We're going to need you to fucking log 15 to 17 minutes. But
what a great feeling, though, for him.
Yeah, but he does get the playoff share, right? He'll get a little revenue from the playoff share. I just feel bad he's in the minors all year.
Give him a deal next year. And guys,
come on, pay the guy back.
Good guy.
You remember when Babcock used to do that with Darren Helm? He'd call Darren. He'd leave him. He'd just let him roast in Grand Rapids all season. And he'd call him up for the playoff stretch just to be stick on puck on a PK. So maybe he's taking a little page out of old Babcock there, Pete DeBoer. But boys, get this guy a Labatt Blue. I am going to go to the chin of Atlanta over there at Turner Sports TNT. This guy, nobody loves his own name more than him. This is Anson Carter Ace. I don't know if you're seeing the bit on Twitter, but it was kind of started with Hockey Night in Scottsdale to say, yeah, Ace here, because I don't think anyone loves his name more than this guy in all of hockey, and I think it might even be a self-proclaimed nickname, so who knows on that front, but I just wanted to slide Labatt Blue to Anson Carter because I think he's actually playing into the bit now. Everything I'm seeing, people are sending me, and when I'm watching TNT every night they're on, we know it's Ace here, boys. He says his name every other word, so just giving one to Ace Carter over there at TNT.
I think he is playing it up now, by the way. I think he's just like, if you can't beat him, join him kind of thing. I think he's just kind of rolling with it. So way to keep him on his toes, though, Swishy. That was Get This Guy Labatt Blue. Always drink responsibly, boys, but get some Labatt Blue on you. Up dog. It's the Sizzle Missin Curfew. Dog of the week, fella.
Boys, Sizzle is elevating the game in health and wellness with a mission to remove sugar-based drinks, unhealthy products from your pantry, and replace them with better stuff for you and your family. Sizzle's creating products and brands that kids love and parents are excited to have. Their stock ticker is CZZL on the Toronto Stock Exchange, fellas. And my dog of the week, boys, is Kasperi Kapanen, fellas. 3 hits, like my boy Obes just said. He looked like Jordan Tutu of the early 2000s out there. Buzzing, a fixture in the lineup for the Oilers last night, playing beside Leon and Paul Kozin. 14 minutes of work. Laying it all out there, buddy, laying his body on the line, just what the Oiler fans needed. And for me, I've been hard on this guy. Actually, when they traded for him, I was the one that kind of knocked the trade. But last night, it's exactly what the Oilers fans needed. It's exactly what the team needed. And that's why he's my dog of the week, Opes.
Well, you were right. He didn't score. I said he was going to score more than he did. But this is a prime example. Over the time of this podcast up, I would say, come playoff time, guys got to get out of their comfort zone. And I was tough on Jeff Skinner in his first playoff game after 1,000 where he came out and was blowing snow. This guy is not an overkill physical player. He came out and realized that this is my fucking opportunity to be on a team that could win the Stanley Cup, and I'm fucking playing hard. And that's exactly what he did, and that's what I'm talking about, Updog. Guys like that this time of year, you got to give your balls a tug, and he did it.
And I play with his old man, Sammy. So that's the same way, like Sammy knew the way. Like,
I'll play with everyone.
This kid knew how to play because his old man's been there, and I bet he fucking called his old man the night before and was like, Dad, I'm in the lineup. What do I do? And fucking his dad's probably like, listen, you got a job out there. It's not to toe drag guys and turn pucks over. Yeah. It's to fucking bury some guys, not take penalties. He took one, which was a weak call.
We'll kill it.
It was a weak call. But he did exactly what he had to do, and he's going to be back in the lineup for it.
Yeah, so for people wondering what we're talking about guys like this, Kapanen, getting the opportunity, playing hard, finishing your check. Kyle, can you pull up Sammy Kapanen hit by Darcy Tucker?
Oh, you got
this one. This is life without parole nowadays. I remember this one as a kid, especially where I was like, ooh, I don't even know if Tuck's got a penalty on this.
Well, he hit his head. It was the head.
Watch this hit. Tell me what this is nowadays.
I think it's pretty clean still.
Yeah, I love Darcy Tucker.
Yeah.
Did he hit his head on the ice? Is that what his problem was? There's Ronik's goal. I remember that one too.
On the glass, I think. Yeah, that was a big...
But you're absolutely right, Updog. That's a great Missin Curfew dog of the week. And for me, before I turn it over to Jay Swish, my Sizzle Missin Curfew dog of the week. Back to the Canes. I'm all in. Eric Robinson. This kid, I don't know what his contract is. Maybe KC can pull it up on Puckopedia. But this kid plays the game the right way. He's big. He's strong. He takes pucks to the net. And he has skill, just like that shot right now. This is a guy that's huge for the Carolina Hurricanes. And if your GM's around the league, I don't know how long this kid has on his contract, but we talk about getting heavier, Swishy. This is the type of player I'm talking about. So Eric Robinson, you're my Sizzle Missin Curfew dog of the week. He's got 1 year left. He's a UFA. Fucking pay him.
Fucking pay him. I like it. Boys, I'm going to take this one over to a show called The Truth After Dark, Paul Pierce show. And I'm an avid listener of Paul Pierce. I think he's hilarious. And I was listening earlier this week, and the reason why he's my Sizzle dog of the week is he has this counter or this co-host. He does it with this gal, and she was asking, like, Paul, when would you be, hypothetically speaking, ready to get married? And he looked her square in the chin and said, you know what, I don't think I'll probably get ready to get married until I'm about 70. So, Paul Pierce, stay single, my friend. Keep whacking. I love that out of The Truth. One of my favorite ballers of all time. So I just love that, Opes. You know it. Stay single, baby, if you can.
Well said. I'm not even going to tag it. Well said. Look at this hit. Oh, it's actually clean.
Yeah, it's fully clean.
No, I thought it was dirtier than that. But look, he's in one.
Yeah, he smoked his head on the glass like when he... Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Look at Primo trying to give him the help him into the bench.
He gets there, though.
Yeah, he gets there.
That's a good fin.
That was our Sizzle Missin Curfew Dog of the Week. Moving on here, boys. It is milk carton time here at Missin Curfew. I got 3 of them, boys. I'm getting crusty in my old age, eh? I hate the new icing rule. I know safety first. And I'm not saying we got to go back to the old one where guys were fucking. Listen, it was one of the scariest things in the league going back to touch and icing. I just think we've come too far on the pussy side of it now. Like, you still got to let the fucking chase evolve. Like, these guys are make it just no touch icing. That's what it is. Like, that's basically what it's turned into. I know they're never going to go back to the old rule up, dog, but to me, especially this time of year, the foot races, as a D-man, you dump the puck in, it's icing. Your guy beats the icing. You get it down, you fucking cycle, you work it low to high. Like, once again, we've made the game a lot more fucking soft, and I'm sure it's for safety first. I hated the old rule, but to me, it's gone too far the other way.
What if it just led the first guy back to the red line?
Let the chase.
Don't go for the puck.
Don't blow it. If they're
Just race to the goal line.
if they're side by side, let them go after the puck. To me, like I don't know, Swishy. I don't know how you feel about it. It's definitely a more dangerous play, but we've lost the, chasing down a puck like this. Like, you never want to see that. That's the old rule. I'm not saying I want to go back to that, but Swishy, I want more fucking 50-50 pucks, but I want more battles.
So what you're saying is you want the tie, if it's tied at the hybrid line where they make the decision at the dot, you want it to go, a tie should be a win for the offensive player.
A tie should be no icing.
Okay.
Fucking no icing. If they're tied, no. And you fucking battle. The tie goes to the D-man, which we would have loved. You would have hated it. You would have skated your fucking balls off and got there and been a step ahead and they went icing. You would have lost your mind. As you should have. I think if it's a tie, you wave it off and you let the boys go in the corner, men on men, and see who comes out with that puck. Now they just blow it down. It's so soft to me, boys.
Yeah, the tie goes to the defensive player. I actually like that. Yeah, I like it. I like it that if it's tied at the dot, it goes to the offensive player.
Yeah, just don't pull it down. Let it play out.
The defensive player has to conclusively beat out the guy.
Yes.
The offensive player. Yeah, I like that.
If it's tight, don't blow it down. Let it play out. They're both racing for it.
Yeah, but call it no ice early so they both know and they can kind of protect themselves instead of going in and fishing.
I don't want them to go back in fishing because that's where bad.
No
but
fishing.
you just wave it off early at the top of circles or whatever it is. No.
Yeah.
And they know that they're playing.
Totally.
Because guys are fucking skating their bag off.
To just go in like reaching for it to touch it first.
Yeah, it was scary.
Dangerous.
I don't want to go back to that, but I want more. Especially you nailed it bang on. So if the NHL's listening, player safety or whoever, Bill Daly, that's what I want. Continuing on with the milk carton. This is for all of the young defensemen out there listening to this podcast. Too many guys in the NHL are doing this right now. Stay the fuck out of the blue paint. Like, especially nowadays, you can't go in front and you can't fucking cross-check like we used to. Get on the back post. Get out of the blue paint. Swishy, you were a D-man. I'm seeing way too many pucks bouncing off guys. I remember Roberto Luongo was the first real goalie that said, Obi, get the fuck away from the blue paint unless you're going to block it. And I wasn't going to block it. So to me, boys, get away from the blue paint. Too many guys in there. Too many pucks going off defensemen, Swishy. It's just more traffic for your goalie, fella.
Yeah, and I think that's the rule that all good defensive coaches teach and good veterans when they talk to their younger defensemen is do your work before you get to the blue paint. So box the guy out of the corner right away. Don't even almost let them get inside the dots. And if they get inside the dots, well, you have to box them out again before the hash marks. You see a lot of guys just hanging around there. And I think that just goes back to not identifying your check early enough, Obi, where you could do your work prior to the shot getting to the blue paint and ends up hitting you or off your pant or whatever. I think it's all about doing your work early. I think that's something good coaches teach, but now it's just, you just kind of freewheel around. I think that could be solved with an early box out.
Love it. You're absolutely right. Get them coming out of the corner, box them out, use your ass, but get the fuck out of the blue paint, especially on the teams I'm betting on. Like, get the fuck out of there. And my last one for me, boys, sorry, I had 3 of them. Kyle, can you roll this? Thomas Hurdle, up you watch this. You cannot do this.
So bad, yeah.
You can't do it because the trainers are the best guys on the planet. And B, whatever you were going to tip him, Thomas Hurdle, fucking double it now, fella. So if you were giving him $5,000, it's now 10. I don't know who this guy is, but he took it in the head. He had to get some stitches. Hurdle knows better than that, but that's Milk Carton City. And Uppy, whatever he was going to tip that guy, like I said, double it.
Triple it.
Yeah, and boys, if you're a young hockey player listening, if you're going to break your stick, break it like before you get to the bench. Don't break it on the bench around your trainers or teammates or just fucking snap it on the ice like this.
Yeah,
and
totally.
then get the fuck
I've
off.
done it into the boards and
Into the boards is fine too.
Yeah, but she might flick back and get you.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. Thomas Turtle, get
Like Frederick, just do it over his fucking head.
or you can be a beauty like that kid. You boys got any milk cartons, or is that enough for us here at Missin Curfew? You got any?
That was good. I love that. I'm glad you put Hurdle on there. That's
Yeah.
just bad mojo.
Yeah, you can't do that. He knows better than that too. Swishy, I love the way you described the icing rule. You did it way better than me, so thank you for that. And maybe we'll go to summer meetings and explain it to the PA face to face if they want us to, eh?
We should. I think that we just came up with a great, substitute for the rule right on the fly. I like it.
D to D, hinge, weak side D. That's what we did there, eh?
Yep.
Speaking of dish, it's the Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week, presented by Kits Eye Care. You've seen us and the fellas rocking them. Now it's time to get yourself into the game. Kits is running a limited time first pair free offer for our Missin Curfew listeners. Use code Curfew to grab your free pair of prescription glasses or $38 off a pair of progressive lenses. You'll thank us later. Boys, KC, before you roll it, I know this was last week. I was live. I was in the suite with T-Rex. And as soon as 97 picked this puck up, I said to T-Rex, oh boy. Because it's exactly what it was. I have never seen live someone fucking get the puck as quickly as he could here. Roll it, KC. This is McDavid. I mean, poor Ikes was caught between the shit and the stink, but see ya. Booyah. Bam. Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Uppy live. It was unbelievable. Corn dogs, Jackie, for all these people. I have never seen someone live get the puck that quickly, dish it back door. There was nothing Petra could do, nothing Ikes could do, nothing Hill could do. And it's our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week.
Yeah, it happened so fast. What a move by Corey Perry, getting the puck off the wall, putting it right in his wheelhouse, and then just, the foot speed and the hips. The hips do not lie.
Shakira.
Look at him. And as he starts going, he goes, I got this. Watch. Give me the biscuit.
What a play by fucking Worm. We could have gave Worm the Dish of the Week too, right? As a forward, what a play off the yellow.
Unbelievable. On your backhand, you come out, you put it right in his wheelhouse. If that's in his skates, he's not able to do this.
Yeah.
So, what a dish. And corn dogs. What a shot.
What a shot. That is our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Swishy, my man, thank you. It's always a pleasure snapping around with you. Up dog. Thank you to Hall Pass Media, Kyle, KC, Conway, Max, the Ice Pick Pickup. That was Mr. Curfew. Fellas.